Right now, though, an interesting story as part of the Huffington Post. A woman by the name of Samantha Kemp Jackson writes a piece entitled "Stop Using Kids as Door-to-Door Fundraisers." And she says at the beginning, who hasn't bought some waxy chocolate-covered almonds from a kid that was selling them door-to-door? Or perhaps you may have parted with your hard-earned cash due to the incredible guilt felt after seeing a cute but wary child holding up a sorry-looking box of candy in front of your local supermarket. A decades-old standard of childhood, the selling chocolates or similar items mandate is, quite frankly, according to her, getting old. You've sold stuff. I've sold stuff. It's sort of a rite of passage in a way.
It is. I mean, I get concerned if kids are starting to sell stuff for, the kind of things that we would get automatically as opposed to, little extras or bonuses. So, trips or dances or whatever. But we did it.
Samantha Kemp Jackson joins us on the line. She writes as parenting writer and blogger for the Huffington Post. Her blog is mayhemmama.com. In that I'm a fellow Huffington Post writer, I'm going to go easy on you here, Samantha. Why do you have such a problem with door-to-door fundraising?
Well, there's a number of reasons. Okay, first of all, I think that there's the obvious reason. It's dangerous. We tell our kids not to talk to strangers, not to go up to people that we don't know, and here we are condoning it by letting them go out door-to-door, whether it's with us or alone. And I must say that, there's been many a time where I've opened the front door to see a little child or a child under the age of 9 asking me if I want to buy something, and I just think it's wrong because I wouldn't send my daughter out. Another reason that I don't like it is that I think that it breeds competitiveness amongst the children at school, and I just don't think that that's a good idea. I think that, there are other ways of, feeding their competitive spirit and not doing it as a shill for the school. You kind of have to wonder what we do for, what are we paying our taxes for? Why are we fundraising and using our kids as fundraisers?
All right, I got to address both of those, Samantha. It's dangerous. Is it any more dangerous now than it was when we were kids or when you were kids or whatever?
Probably not, but I think there's a lot more of an awareness about it, and I think that parents, let's face it, I went out when I was a kid by myself probably a lot more than my child does, and yes, we are maybe a little bit more cautious with our kids, but I don't think that's overall a bad thing.
And in competitiveness, we had incentives. If you sold so much of this, you got, maybe a $25 prize. Isn't this actually isn't competitiveness sometimes a good thing? You're not being forced to do it. You're getting a bonus as a result of doing it well.
No, I don't think it's a good thing, and I have to disagree with you on that because they're not getting anything out of it. Let's remember that the kids are going out selling chocolates for the school, and the school is getting the money, and they will allocate the funds as they see fit. So it's not like the kids are selling, it's not like a paper route where they go out and they sell the paper and that's their pocket money. They're selling money for the school, which begs the question, why is the school using children as fundraisers?
Well, because the school doesn't have the cash.
Well, that's a larger question. Why do the schools not have cash? Where are our tax dollars going? I don't know.
Well, I think you and I would probably be in the same boat in that questioning. But at the same time, these are life lessons that are learned. It's nothing, there's nothing better than being a kid and, you go to a door, you try to sell a box of chocolates, somebody slams the door in your face. That's a life lesson, Samantha. You're not going to get that just sitting in a classroom.
No, you won't get that sitting in a classroom. But, the least of my concerns is kids getting doors slammed in their face because it's a bitter pill to swallow. But it's not the worst that can happen by going to somebody's door. There's been times where it's been 7:30 at night in the winter, so it's quite dark, and I've had a kid at my door asking me for money. No parent, no adult in sight, and the child looks like they're 7 or 8 years old. I don't think that's right. I think there's something clearly wrong because it kind of begs the question, would you let the same child wander around anywhere by themselves, in the larger public at a store, at a mall, or anywhere like that? I just don't think it's a good idea.
Just very quickly, when you say that they're raising funds for the school, is this for day-to-day activities, or are we talking about extracurricular events kind of thing?
Well, I think that it's gotten to the point now where it's both, because I think that schools are hurting, school boards are hurting, and they're looking for other ways of raising discretionary revenue, and they've looked at this as a good opportunity to do so. I don't think it's just for extra things. A lot of times it's for, textbooks or otherwise. I've, just for my own children, they've had to spend money to buy things for school that when I was a kid, they were free. So something's happening in terms of how money is allocated to classes and school boards, and perhaps that's the issue that we really need to address, not sending out our kids to be shills for the school, which is quite Dickensian in my opinion.
Interesting stuff. We appreciate the time.
Thanks.
Okay.
Samantha Kemp Jackson, parenting writer, blogger for the Huffington Post, and her blog is mayhemmama.com.